with the Outlaws. Tune in every Wednesday night for World of Outlaws, only on the Outdoor Channel.
Coming up today on World of Trucks, it's the NMRO Class 6 mud drags. Not sitting still, but out on the course. Lots of mud, lots of racing, smoke, and fire. Today you'll also see some trucks. Next on World of Trucks. Almost a capacity crowd on hand today at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds, Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. The reason, it's the 18th annual four-wheel jamboree, coming to you today on the World of Trucks. Hello everyone, I'm Claude Wood. Well, once again, let's put the dragsters out on a course of mud. Behind me you can see the track. It's 200 feet long, it's 30 feet wide. Well, why is it so wide? Each lane is exactly 30 feet because they will need every bit of it. Today, we guarantee you lots of slipping, lots of sliding, and lots of vehicles going out of shape. Now, to find out more about Class 6 mud drags, here's Doc Riley.
Thanks, Claude. This is a Class 6 mud racer, the unlimited class. You can run just about anything. There's no cubic inch limits inside the engine. They're all supercharged, and you can inject nitrous oxide in there as well. So these are really big, high horsepower plants. But the key to this class, unlike any other motorsport in the world, deals with the tires, the scooper tires. These are put out by Scat Track. They're the bigger diggers. Now you notice on these tires, they really have an aggressive scoop on them. The design, when you launch on the line, you pull hard on that dirt. And what you want to be able to do is make sure that you're hooked up right. Everyone in Bloomsburg says it's a hard bite off the ground. That equals into a lot of horsepower at the top end. But as you said, Claude, it can get a little squirrely out there from time to time. So the launch is important, and then you've got to be able to keep these big scooper tires pointed in a straight direction so you can get maximum time. You're looking for that low ET, and these are the key to that. The scooper tires, the signature style of Class 6.
Thanks, Doc. All of that is what they have to do. Let's see if it works out that way. Up first will be Neil Shoemaker in the High Roller 4, and joining me in the booth today, our expert analyst, Rick Carlson.
We take a look at Neil Shoemaker, the High Roller 4. He has that low-style injector on it, the big cover. It's a wing, but it's covering the tires. It has multi-purpose. How's he going to handle the course? Right through there at 309. So Shoemaker at 309 sets the mark to beat for the remaining competitors.
Coming up next will be Chris Newton driving the hostile projectile, and he will face Tim Wheelis in the Simply 2.
Chris Newton looks like a Jeep body, and Tim Wheelis in Simply 2. The back motor, really it's nothing but a short dragster.
And we'll point out again, Rick, the race is really against the clock and only one pass. No buybacks today.
Reaction time doesn't count. Wheelis at 280. That is your new leader. Chris Newton at 305 into the second spot.
And that will set the mark to beat. Let's go back to the replay, Rick, and see just how he did it.
We can see Wheelis. He hooked up, pulled the front end a bit up in the air, and just a nice, straight, smooth run.
That it was. And coming up next will be Mike Morath. He will be driving the Real Estate Mover. Well, today we'll see if he does move any real estate. His opponent will be Jerry Stolfus and the Amish Outlaw.
The Amish Outlaw, you can look at the intake system. He has a scoop coming up over the driver trying to get fresh air. While Morath, the more conventional, T-altered. Wow, it looked like Morath running a 270, a good pass for him, but he spun the tires a little bit at the start. Now we'll take a look at the replay, and you'll see in the far lane, Stolfus, the Amish Outlaw, a 271, good numbers, but surprisingly enough, this tire spinning Morath runs a 270, and he is your leader.
Well, Jerry, hey, the old Amish Outlaw working pretty well. What about that trip down the ride?
Yeah, it was awesome. It hooked good. Felt like it went fast. I hope we're right at the top.
Looked pretty straight as well.
Went straight, sounded good, motor sounded good, everything went well. I got to thank all the guys up here for helping me. Everybody's working hard.
And Rick will take one more look at the race and just see exactly. There's the tire spin also in the far lane.
And look at the front end come up and that flamed altered. Morath your new leader, and I bet Doc's going to get to talk to him.
The real estate mover is getting it done today at 270. Nice job.
Oh, thank you. It's the track's hooking pretty hard on the line. It just kind of laid down on me. I can't believe I turned that kind of a time. It was real kind of slow actually compared to this morning. But the car's running real well. I just got to remember to put nitrous back in it.
That might help.
Yeah, I think that it caused for why the time was so slow for me. But other than that, hopefully maybe we'll finish like we did earlier.
World of Trucks is being brought to you by Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. And by Stainless Steel Brakes, performance brakes built right by Stainless Steel Brakes. And by Honda, the power of dreams. We'll be back.
Got a truck? Stainless Steel Brakes has a performance brake kit you're looking for. Stainless Steel Brakes has a kit for every budget, from simple rotor and pad kits to complete upgrade kits with tri-power, 3-piston aluminum calipers, rotors, pads, brackets, stainless steel hose, and all the hardware. Got a GM truck? Check out our new brake kits for half-ton trucks that fit stock and larger wheels. Search no further than ssbrakes.com/truckstop for complete info and an entire catalog available free online.
Tired of paying high diesel fuel prices? Then start making your own biodiesel for less than 70 cents per gallon with the Fuelmeister. It fits in the corner of your garage. It's safe to operate, comes completely assembled, and can make up to 40 gallons of biodiesel per day. The biodiesel you make will run anything that uses number 2 diesel, including cars, trucks, tractors, generators, or even home heating furnaces, all without modification. Join the thousands of people who have declared their fuel independence. Call toll-free or visit our website today.
There are a lot of truck bed protective products in the market, but only Bulldog Protective Coatings gives you the best look and protection for your truck box. Bulldog spray and truck box liners are thick, tough, and slip resistant. Unlike other applications, Bulldog Protective Coatings uses a high-pressure heated application, giving the product a factory look finish. From basic black to factory color matching, you will have the ultimate customized liner. To find a dealer near you, go to BulldogCoatings.com. With a Bulldog in the back, you are protected for life.
Welcome back to the World of Trucks from the Four-Wheel Jamboree in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. Now let's check in with Doc Riley.
Jim, Bloomsburg's special to a lot of people, and for you, you've been coming here for I don't know how many years, but you take full advantage of being a participant. What's your weekend been like?
Oh, it's been pretty wild. I start off with mud racing, and I enter all 6 classes, which is a lot of fun. Do the burnout competition, which is outrageous. It's my new love of my truck here. And I'm going to go put some paddle tires on and go in Class 6 and tear them up a little more.
Okay, now this is not a purpose-built mud vehicle, is it?
Not really, no. I do a little grocery shopping in it, but it's built to have a lot of fun.
Let's talk about the truck. What's underneath the hood?
It's got a 502. It's a crate motor with nitrous oxide on it.
Of course, you only use that when you're supposed to.
Of course.
What about suspension?
Just heavy-duty springs, not much else. I didn't even get shocks in it yet, so I don't think it needs it, but it hooks up and does fine just the way it is.
It really is the ultimate kind of play toy, isn't it?
For me, it is. You know, it's nice to be in control of such power.
And you have a lot of fun doing it.
Absolutely. It's what it's all about.
What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living?
I'm a general contractor, home renovations.
So you got a little free time, come down to Bloomsburg and have a little fun.
Absolutely. Check it out.
Never a dull moment.
There you go.
Continuing on, this is a former points champion. This is Mike Lane, and he will be driving the Wicked Sensation. His opponent will be Chad Marshall in the Showtime.
A pair of Alter-type vehicles, the Green Machine of Lane and the Orange Showtime of Chad Marshall. The number they're trying to beat is that 270 that Mike Morath said earlier. Running against the clock only. Well, it looked like there were problems about halfway through for Mike Lane. Chad Marshall at 282, not good enough to move to the top.
And Rick, you did mention running against the clock. Very true, but out of the corner of your eye, you've got to be watching the guy in the other lane.
Oh, he's big over there, but right now we can look at Mike Lane. Something breaking about three-quarter track, and he shuts it down while Marshall gets there first and bounces around the shutdown area.
And Rick, that will bring up Tina Olszewski, and her vehicle is called Holding On. Evidently, she's had to do that quite a bit. Her opponent will be Dustin Rogers in the Armageddon.
Tina Olszewski, the Hold It On Chevy, the Fiat-bodied altered and the purpose-built dragster of Dustin Rogers, Armageddon. The Georgia-based machine got the engine right up close to the driver. We're in Tina's lane, and it's out in front so she can see everything that goes on. It's Class 6, the fastest mud racing vehicles on the planet, right here in Bloomsburg. Tina with some smoke in the shutdown area, 280. She gets there first. Dustin Rogers at 288. Tina still not good enough for the lead, though.
Well, let's go back to the replay, Rick, and see just how she won this race.
They both left just about side by side. Then when Tina shuts off there at the end, the bouncing, and you see some of the smoke coming out of the engine.
And next up will be Jay Wilson in the Mudder's Worry, and this will be a single.
Jay Wilson up against all the machines with superchargers, injectors, and he just has a little tiny, turns a 328, not going to be good enough to get to the top of the field.
Well, let's dance on air. At least that's the name of Lisa Drury's machine coming up now. You see her getting ready to do business. And she will face Brian Sears in the Mudhopper.
Mudhopper, unique vehicle, no body on it, some side paneling. Multiple colors. You like purple and green and yellow and red and black. Well, he's got all those on there. Lisa, the Ford Coupe out of Pennsylvania. This is close to home. She's a crowd favorite. Lisa Drury, Brian Sears. And Brian Sears is exciting as you can get up in the air. Explosion, fire, and all that. He runs at 281. Good run, but the most exciting that we've had so far. Let's take a look at the replay, Claude.
And right off the bat, you can see its wheels right up in the air a couple of feet, and then the explosion.
Both of them into the shutdown area, and okay. Well, good looking, exciting run.
Time now for Product Highlight, which features some of the most interesting and innovative aftermarket products available for your vehicle. Now with that, here's Doc Riley.
Thanks, Claude. On World of Trucks, we like one thing. That's a guy that drives his truck, uses his truck, and from time to time also puts his truck on display to show how the products are used. We're talking with Jim Cole of Cage Off-Road Products. And Jim, you guys have got some heavy-duty parts for a truck.
Yeah, that's right. What we do is we build the product for those people that actually use their vehicles. You can go out, you can drive it on the road. It's a nice, comfortable ride. If you want to take it out, you want to use it, put a camper, go get a load of wood, take it out hunting and fishing, go right ahead.
You know, trucks have gotten a lot heavier in the past couple of years, and with that comes a need for shock mounts that are beefed up a little bit and some other suspension mounting components, and you guys have got those bases filled, don't you?
Oh, definitely. You know, 15 years ago, a truck weighed at least 2,000 pounds lighter than what they are now. Nowadays, they have higher load capacity. They weigh more with the diesels. So what we've done, we've upgraded our components. Everything that we come out with, it's a lot of 5/16s, 3/8 plate, very heavy duty, T6 polished aluminum spacers. It's very strong.
So the polished aluminum, if someone's got a spacer, you know, they can use this. If it gets kind of dinged up or messed up a little bit, they can take it out, clean it off, put it back in a truck.
That's right. A little bit of aluminum polish, just like aluminum wheels. Buffs up, looks good again. 10 years from now, you do the same thing.
You know, people talk about suspensions and wall thickness is so important, mounting is so important, but what kind of sets you guys apart from the rest of the field?
Well, generally, what you'll find is a lot of the suspension components that are out there, they may be fine for holding up the suspension, but once you take it off-road, say you're fishing, you want to go down to the stream, you got to go over some rocks to get down there, launch your boat, or maybe you're fishing right out of the back of your tailgate, whatever. If you hit a rock, you're going to bend some of the links. With ours, it's 2-inch, 5/16 wall tubing. You're not going to bend that.
If you guys need real stout components for your suspension, there's one place to go, and that's Cage Off-Road. We will give you all the contact information at the end of the program, so stay tuned to learn more.
And stay with us. More fun in the mud when we come back.
At Geico.com, you can handle all your car insurance needs online. It's so easy, a caveman could
batteries. And when you see it, will you be ready? Just pick up the phone, dial 1-800-645-ARMY, and you'll get this free DVD. You'll learn about the hundreds of opportunities the Army can offer you. Skills, education, healthcare. Call 1-800-645-ARMY, and you'll also get this free boonie hat. Whatever you're looking for, the Army can help you find it.
Sergeant Smash, a favorite with kids, middle-aged people, us old guys, everybody at the Four-Wheel Jamboree Nationals. Here's Doc.
Steve Zander in the disconnected ride. Mickey Thompson, Tough Truck Challenge competitor. Now, when he's not on the track, he's got a nice place to go off the track. He's the man in his company right behind the powerhouse conversion coaches. These things are nice. And when Steve gets them, it's nothing but an engine and a chassis. He does everything from the belly pans to putting all the cabinetry in. Let's go check inside.
The tractor's got big horsepower. They got we got living quarters, bedrooms, showers. They pull a lot of weight behind the trailer for the race cars. That's how I got into it, racing. And then the construction on them are very well built. They've got steel structure. We've got a bunk up over the cabs, sleeping. They'll sleep 6 to 8. They got refrigerators and
all the conveniences of home.
Right. Yeah. Air conditioning. It's great on a hot day. You can still live it up and still get to the races. The tractor under it has got made for over the road. They got better trannies, horsepower. They'll pull the weight of the big stacker trailers or the single axle trailers. Get good fuel mileage.
And your home is right behind you.
All the time. You can pull over anywhere and have a sleep. That's great.
Let's kind of walk through it. You look at your back, the bedroom. What can people get kind of options for the bedroom?
We've got a few different options, different floor plans. You can get them with a toter home, which will pull goosenecks. They won't have a bedroom in the rear, but they'll have the shower, full-size shower, house showers in them. The bedrooms, they'll have cupboards. Every coach is built custom to the person's needs. We get along with all our customers. Whatever they need, we help them out 100%.
Let's get a little into the engineering. What kind of a chassis do you guys start with?
We usually use a Freightliner chassis. If it needs to be stretched, we do that in-house. We put a 23-foot box on, 20-foot box, and conversions. And then we go from there. We construct everything in-house. Cabinets, all the structures.
What about wiring and things? Everything pretty easy to be able to find? Is one central control unit for everything?
Yes. One thing we do is we make it user-friendly. I don't like difficult things, so when we build these conversions, we tend to think of all the people out there.
Moving on, here comes the Rolling Thunder, driven by Bob Dunham, and he will face Bill Odenwald.
And Bill Odenwald in Lightfoot, the Chevy Coupe. You can see him, says Lightfoot, got a blower on it and everything. And Dunham, Rolling Thunder, his Chevrolet, the open-bodied altered. Both sides, so we are ready to go. Dunham and Odenfield, Rolling Thunder and Lightfoot. And wow, how about Dunham at 265? At 265, I think that's going to put him in the lead.
Well, we'll go back to the replay, Rick. Again, the fastest mud drags on the face of the planet, and right when the lights counted down, he stepped on it, and it answered.
Well, Bloomsburg, a nice straight pass in Class 6 with the paddle tires, and, well, nice run.
Thank you very much. It's a nice crowd here to do it for, and it's a real nice day, beautiful, and felt real good.
Everyone says that the line's got a lot of bite to it.
Yeah, it seems to have a pretty good hook to it, yeah.
Would you be surprised if I told you just ran a 2.65?
Oh, that's super.
It should be. You're number one.
Good deal. That's why I like it.
Up next will be Mike Shifley, and he will be driving the over-the-top.
He'll have a single pass this time, unique upswept headers. Those are the things we see so many times, truck and tractor pulls, but now we get to see him out at the mud drags. That big blue nitrous bottle up front, he's going to hit that button as soon as the light turns green, and, well, he's got some tough numbers to beat, and he's not going to beat anything. 6:48 reaction time, and over the top is all over.
And not over the top. This will be Gene Cutchin driving the chill factor as he gets ready to do business. He will face Doug Ashire in the alcohol abuse Chevy. Doug out of Inwood, West Virginia.
Both these, you've got a winged altered, and you have the rear engine drag machine. How about Gene Cutchin at 2:47? That is a new leader by almost 0.2 of a second.
And Rick, right off the get-go on the replay, a good start right down the course, straight and true. That's about as good as it gets. Doc Riley caught up with him at the end of the track.
Well, the hits just keep on coming. Gino, I tell you one thing, that pretty good-looking track out there. Guys tell me there's a little bite left in that track.
A little bit. I didn't think I'd find it, but I messed around and found it.
What about the starting line? Everyone says it's a pretty good launch.
It did pretty good.
Would you be surprised that I told you that you're now in the lead with a 2.47?
Puts a smile. I wish it was a 2.37.
Always looking for the record. Nice run.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
And more Class 6 mud drags when we come back.
At 50%.
Miss Cabela's Outfitter Journal every Sunday at 5 p.m. right here on the Outdoor Channel.
More bows are sold under the PSE name than any other brand in the world. Triton and Bruin.
Biodiesel. Make your own biodiesel with a Fuel Meister. And by Bulldog Protective Coatings, we take the bite out of the competition. Moving ahead on the world of trucks, Class 6 NMRO mud drags. Claude Wood along with Rick Carlson. And Rick, this will be Mike Lane coming up in the Attitude. He will face Stephen Airy.
Stephen Airy, rear engine machine, a great big wing on it, looks about as quick and fast as you could be. While Mike Lane, the T, and Mike Lane all over the place. Well, he runs a 297 in and out, feathered the throttle, and oh, that was exciting.
Well, he just proved right there, Rick, as we take a look at the replay, it's not all about looks. Yeah, the wing looks intimidating, but he didn't get the job done.
Mike Lane fighting to keep it in bounds, and he does. That 297 puts him in the top half of the field.
And we mentioned earlier, one of the drivers said something about the track going away. Of course, as the day goes on, that will happen. Robert Jacobs there in the small problem. He will face Chuck Cordy the third, and you've heard about the mud missile for a long time.
Yes, Chuck Cordy the third, son of Chuck Cordy, former Class 5 and 6 champion. They can really do well with this machine. Robert Jacobs, that small problem Ford, a full-body Ford Ranger, and well, he's left in the wake as Chuck runs a 259. A 259, good enough for the number 2 position at this time.
And just like that, it was all over. It happened right there on the starting line, off the line first, and straight and true right down the course. And one remains. This will be Jim Otis in the Juggernaut. We met him earlier. He will face Mike Donahue in Donahue's ride.
Donahue's ride, it's Dodge Dakota. Well, it's a fiberglass front half of the body. Rear engine, unique looking machine. And Jim Otis, well, if they have a mud racing class, he's out there in it with that full-size Chevrolet pickup and a 502 cubic inch crate motor. Otis off the line first. He makes the run, and well, the Dodge Dakota of Donahue breaking right off the line, just idling through. And here's Doc with our winner.
A hot afternoon in Bloomsburg, but I think things will be cool back in the pit area. Congratulations on a nice win.
Thanks a lot. It was worth the drive up here.
Where's home for you?
Tallahassee, Florida.
Tallahassee, Florida. How long have you been mud racing?
3 years now. Actually, I live in Green Lantern. There's about 15 people there.
Well, it's got to feel good. A nice pass, and you really, I think, surprised a lot of people because it looks like the rest of the class is back a little bit, but you had a very good run.
Yeah, I had to go back and pull some fuel out of it. The air got bad, and we had to go make a few adjustments, and it got a little better.
On a hot day like this, what kind of adjustments can you do?
Well, the only thing you do is put more air in it with a pulley or take fuel out of it. Yeah, so I took some fuel out.
You had the right combination. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
And after it's all said and done, this is the way it shakes out. Gene Cutchin and Chill Factor, only about 1/10 of a second out in first place. If you would like more information on products shown on today's program, log on to these websites. And be sure to join us on World of Trucks next week from Indianapolis, Indiana. It's the Show and Shine. Now for Doc Riley and Rick Carlson, Claude Wood, keep on trucking.